Good morning. Thanks for joining us at 7 o'clock. I'm Tracey McCain.
And I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. Let's get right over to meteorologist Jill Gilardi, get a check on that first alert forecast. Beautiful morning out there, Jill.
It's beautiful morning, beautiful day, beautiful 7-day. We're just talking about warming up again. So summer-like temperatures returning.
Yeah, it's like we never said goodbye.
No, it's like all coming back to us now, you know.
I love when Jill
little
sings.
Celine Dion action this morning. We are tracking the clouds that have moved on out. There's no rain, and it is going to be dry as a bone for a while, so you'll have to do the watering. As we take a look at visibility, Scott was reporting on the fog across the northeastern corner. The visibility has actually come up a little bit, so improvements there. Otherwise, visibility is great across the state. Here's a live view out of stores. You can barely make out a little bit of patchy fog in the valley locations. Otherwise, that's it. So bright conditions to start off our morning. Temperatures are hanging out in the 50s. We said it would be a little bit warmer this morning than yesterday. In some places, it's a lot warmer, and we have 50s to start off this morning. By the time we get to 10 o'clock, we're pushing 70. We're going to be rising into the mid and upper 70s today, which is normal for this time of year. So a seasonal day for us with bright conditions, but change is on the horizon in terms of our temperatures. We'll show you how warm we're going to get, and if there's any rain in sight, that's coming up a little bit later, but we also have an update on the tropics too, so stay tuned for that. Caitlin, how's traffic looking?
Oh, we're in great shape this morning, Jill. Good morning, everyone. 7:02 if you're heading out the door here. We've got typical delays that are building. You can see just about a 40-minute ride here, 84 eastbound Waterbury to Hartford, just about a 110-minute ride here, 95 southbound New Haven to the George Washington Bridge. And that means that the parkway is backing up a little bit more substantially at this time. But we're crash and incident free. No construction set up right now. So if you're planning ahead for a little bit later this morning to head out the door, that daytime construction work will pick up just about 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning. Other than that, you can see moving along very well here through Hartford, 91 north and southbound, Waterbury, 84 east and westbound, in and out of the Mixmaster. Very bright sunshine here through Meriden, 691 east and westbound, and then in Middletown along Route 9. So again, if you're heading out the door right now, majority of the state moving along very well. You will need the sunglasses. It's a nice refreshing start as well, and we're crash and incident free, so you should be in good shape. I'm Caitlin Francis with your Connecticut Chevy First Alert Traffic Report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
7:03 now, and we have breaking news in Bridgeport to tell you about. Police are seeking help identifying a person wanted for questioning. This is all in connection to a homicide investigation.
Channel 3's Roger Susanne live at the First Alert desk with the latest. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Tracy and Caitlin. Bridgeport police just sent us this alert about this homicide right before we went off the air on Eyewitness News before the 6 o'clock hour ended. The homicide itself happened on Seaview Avenue last night, and they are looking for the man that you see on your screen right now, 28-year-old Ricardo Robinson. Now, at this point, investigators are only telling us that they want to interview Ricardo Robinson, but they do tell us he should be considered armed and dangerous. Now, again, the victim killed last night in the eastern part of the city. So far, that victim has only been identified as a 27-year-old woman. They do tell us, though, the victim is a mother. We'll have much more on this story just as soon as it develops. Live at the First Alert desk, I'm Roger Suzanne in Channel 3 Eyewitness News. Tracy, I'll send it back to you.
A community in mourning as they remember 4 people from Connecticut who died in a devastating plane crash in Vermont. This loss includes a student and teacher from Middletown High School.
So the school will be closed today as students and faculty grieve the loss. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Marcy Jones has the latest on how this tragedy has impacted the entire community.
Well, even though Middletown High School will not have classes today, they are offering counseling during regular school hours for any students or staff that may need that service. According to authorities, 4 people were on board that flight. Middletown High School aviation and technology teacher, 55-year-old Paul Pelletier, one of his students, 15-year-old Delilah Van Ness, her mother, 51-year-old Susan Van Ness, and 88-year-old Frank Rodriguez. Investigators say Sunday the flight took off from Wyndham Airport and landed at Basin Harbor Airport, just outside of Burlington, Vermont. The group had brunch and left around noon, but sadly never made it back home to Connecticut. Wreckage of the aircraft can be seen in a wooded area about 45 minutes south of Burlington. As the investigation into what exactly went wrong continues, the community honors the 4 lives lost. We've learned Paul Pelletier not only taught aviation courses, but he also helped create a special drone program for first responders.
Got us all certified, taught everybody how to fly, rules and regulations, and then also even what drone to pick. This program is forever going to always remember Paul and the impact that he had.
Again, Middletown High School will not have classes today. However, what they will be offering, that counseling, a crisis team will be here for any students and staff they may need it. Any games scheduled for today will be rescheduled. Student athletes are able to go to practice if they want to, but they also have the option not to go as well. Also, staff support and student support will be made available at every single school within the district. In Middletown, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Well, this morning, parents and students may notice an increased police presence at Platt Technical High School in Milford after school leaders there received a suspicious message. Investigators say there's no threat to the public, but at this point, they have not shared the details of the message. We'll keep you updated.
People in Suffield are grieving this morning after a high school student was killed in an horrific wreck. Police say Carter Jones died after crashing his dirt bike on Copper Hill Road. Investigators say he collided with another car. Carter was a freshman at Suffield High School. Today, students and staff members will be able to speak with grief counselors who will be available at the high school throughout the week.
Right now, a homicide investigation underway in Bridgeport. Police say the violence played out on Seaview Avenue just after 8 o'clock last night. Investigators have not released much information about the person who died or a possible suspect, but Bridgeport police tell us there is currently no threat to the public.
Eastline Police Chief Michael Finkelstein will appear in court today in an effort to get the charges against him dropped. He was arrested for multiple alleged crimes, mostly related to domestic violence. He also attempted to have those charges dropped back in July after spending 3 weeks in a voluntary rehab program. He'll appear in court in Middletown later today.
Governor Ned Lamont has officially requested federal aid after last month's historic storms. He is asking for assistance in Fairfield, Litchfield, and New Haven counties to reimburse home and business owners for damage to uninsured property. Governor Lamont requesting aid from the Public Assistance Program and FEMA's Hazard Mitigation Program. He said in part, quote, "My administration continues to work with the impacted areas to take the steps we need to ensure a speedy and full recovery."
Tonight, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump will face off in their first debate. This is a pivotal moment in the campaign for both candidates, as battleground state polls show that there's a razor-thin margin between the two candidates. Channel 3's Jared Hill is in Philadelphia with more on what we can expect tonight.
Anticipation is building in Philadelphia, where Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are set to meet in person for the first time on the debate stage. Harris already previewed what she expects during a radio interview.
I think he's going to lie. There's no floor for him in terms of how low he will go, and we should be prepared for that.
The vice president has spent the past few days doing mock debates, practicing on a stage with lights, and sparring with a Trump stand-in, former Hillary Clinton aide Felipe Reyes, who even dressed like the former president.
If I destroy her in the debate, they'll say, Trump suffered a humiliating defeat tonight, no matter what.
Trump has said he doesn't need formal preparation, but he has been doing policy sessions with a small team of advisors, among them former Democratic presidential candidate Tulsi Gabbard. Tonight's debate comes at a critical moment for both campaigns as they try and win over undecided voters. Razor-thin margins separate the two in just a handful of battleground states, according to the latest CBS News polls. Here in Pennsylvania, Harris and Trump are essentially in a statistical dead heat.
I'm interested to hear what both individuals have to say. I haven't swayed who I'm going to vote for.
I will not be endorsing Donald Trump this year.
Today, the Harris campaign is playing offense, releasing new ads ahead of the debate. Both candidates will return to barnstorming through key battleground states later this week. Jared Hill, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Childcare provided by Bethany Parks and Rec has come to an abrupt stop with no explanation. And now dozens of parents who are relying on that are being told that it's just being put on pause because of staffing issues.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Olivia Schuler breaks down what's expected to come out of a special meeting that the town called to deal with this issue.
Parents in Bethany say that they've been left in the dark about their future of their child care. Now, during tonight's special meeting, we know that the after-school programs are going to be discussed, as well as Bethany's Parks and Recs programs. However, the details of the meeting are still a little bit unclear. Now, parents to two sons, Mary and Chuck York, send their two sons to the afternoon school program run by Parks and Rec. On Saturday, they received a voicemail saying, quote, "We are just giving the Parks and Rec parents a heads up. There's an issue with staffing, so they are not able to do the Parks and Rec before and after program next week." The York family pays for the program, but now they're left scrambling without childcare. Parks and Rec has not communicated to families how long the before and after school program will be put on pause. It's important to note this is not the first time Parks and Rec has been under fire for its lack in communication. Bethany Parks and Rec is also the same department that employed Anthony Mastrangelo, the man charged with sexually abusing children while working in these programs.
We've had to have uncomfortable conversations with our children to find out if any of them were involved in this whole thing. And now we have to have uncomfortable conversations about why their whole routine is upside down.
Now, our team has contacted town officials here in Bethany to see if they had any comment or wanted to explain more about tonight's meeting, and we have not heard back. Tonight's special meeting is set for 6 o'clock tonight. Of course, we'll bring you the very latest here on the WFSB News app. In Bethany, Olivia Schuler, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Channel 3 is your back-to-school authority, and many of you sharing your back-to-school pictures with us, which we do love to see. Check out Jace and Jocelyn on their first day of school.
Yeah, so cute. All right, remember, share your back-to-school pictures with us on the WFSB app. We love to see them, and we get to show them on TV.
And we get to show you just some quiet weather across the Northeast on TV. The only little chance for rain that we had last night, that's long gone, petered out as expected. So yeah, the clouds are moving on out as well. High pressure building in. It is bright. It is beautiful. Live in New Haven, it's 58 degrees. Winds are variable, light out there. But generally, the flow is coming in from the northwest. Temperature 55 in Chester, 52 in Tolland. So temperature's a little bit closer to normal than what we had yesterday. It was very chilly, and that's kind of the trend going forward. Just each day a little bit warmer, especially in the afternoon hours. But look at that. By 11 o'clock, we're jumping into the 70s, and high temperatures today topping off into the middle, if not upper 70s, which is seasonal for this time of year. Just an excellent evening ahead. If you are, have plans, you want to eat outside, superb weather for that. As you can see, the temperatures continue to climb each and every day. We're 82 for the high tomorrow, 84 on Thursday inland, and even the shoreline, you're back into the 80s, but it is going to be dry. We'll show you how long we will see this warm weather pattern and have an update on Tropical Storm Francine coming up a little later.